Hello everyone. So Bitcoin dumping. Let's just hang out for a bit and let's have a look at the market. So before I just did a quick stream when Bitcoin was doing its massive fake out, and I was just saying, it'd be nice if it could do some sideways retest, but there is that massive it basically already retested that range, pushed off its main range that it was ranging for a couple of days. And so that does count as a retest, and now we are pushing from that point onto the next leg of the dump. A lot of people are trapped, a lot of longs are trapped, and we've just got to say rest in peace to those people, because they're getting wrecked at the moment. They're getting stopped out, and some of the guys who didn't have stop losses are going to get liquidated. And there's really no area of buying pressure for this area. I mean, let's have a look at the daily. Maybe there's some place where the longs can enter. It just looks like shit, man. Maybe we can enter at 38,100. So that is potential support. There's not much support. There's just not much support. Let's look at the visible range. Maybe there's something. I don't know if that's the right one. I'm a bit tired. Let's have a look at the visible range. 100. Let's zoom out. Look, from 32,000 to 40,000, there is some buying area. But yeah, look, breaking this area is really bad, because that was where all the buying volume is. We go down here, it's really easy it's not a lot of buying areas. That's what it is. But look, I'm still bullish on the whole market. What is causing this dump? Let's have a look. I think it's partly just to do with the stock market. If we look at the Dow Jones, I think it looks really bearish. Like the Dow Jones. Dow Jones. I don't even know if that's what it's called. Oh, my bad. I'm just going to look at the first one. Obviously, I don't know anything. That's the right one. Cool. So, looks pretty bearish. Look, it looks like a double top. If you look at the bull market support band, if you can use that, it's pushing from that bull market support band. We are going into a bear market with the stock market. This looks absolutely shit. The only thing is that, we're sort of getting to oversold on the RSI, which is the only real thing, which say we might get some bounce, some relief rallies. Yeah, it looks terrible. We'll have to see how the stock market opens later today for the United States. Let's look at alts. Let's look at Ethereum. So I did say that with Ethereum, watch out if you're going to be longing Ethereum, because there could be a massive liquidation wick. Once we get past 2,800, there might be a lot of liquidations, just because that is a big stop loss for anyone who hasn't been stopped out, and there's still a lot of leverage in the market. So yeah, that's a danger zone. If we get a liquidation wick, we go down here to maybe around 2,500. That's or 2,400 actually. So I hope that doesn't happen, but we'll see what happens. But look, I'm not that bearish. We could still go up from here, but it's just unlikely now. We are getting to over. There is. No, that's not support on the RSI. That's not support. Sure, some people might consider it, but I'm not going to take that as support. We might get a bounce and then hit 40k as some sort of retest, psychological retest, and then go down from there. The longer we stay below 40k, the scarier it looks. And the more people start to accept that Bitcoin is under 40,000, just from a psychological perspective. But from the chart, we are on the next leg. You can see from here, that was our first leg. Next leg going down sideways, and it looks like we're taking the next leg going down and then sideways from 36 to 39. which is a really good accumulation zone. We do have the support on the falling wedge, if this is a falling wedge, but this is likely going to be support just because we've been following the top trend line of the falling wedge, so likely to follow the bottom if this was drawn correctly. Yeah, so let's just assume it goes down here, and then we get squiggly lines, and then we might get tease more bearishness, and then boom. But might happen, might not. We'll see. Yeah. So I mean, what do you do when these happen? Well, what I'm doing right now is I'm just I'm buying NFTs. And recently there's this one called Yokai Kingdom Genesis, and right now Gary Vee is following them, and they blew up on the they went, they sold out really quickly, and before they revealed, they were selling for like 0.3 ETH. Now the reveal, market's dumping, they're selling for like the floor price is 0.01. So I'm just looking for some good discounts on this guy, and I quite like this guy because you can stake this for the in-game code token, and it's pretty much, you have the card and you get an advantage in the game. So we'll see. And the artist it's nice art, and I think that with this sort of like Asian style of art could really catch on soon. So that's why I'm bullish on this project. But let's have a look at what they have. Rarity. So I'm pretty much just buying whatever. Like the thing is this with this project, the common and the rare cards are pretty much the same price. So you may as well buy the rare ones, because then you get more staking rewards for their in-game token. I did buy a legendary as well, just, why not? Pretty much just bought it at this price, 0.31. I'm interested in buying this the mythic type, but it's just too expensive. I'm not interested in it. Too much risk, that's what it is. Too much risk for something that I'm not fully sure about. But I don't mind buying one of these legendary. The other one that I'm sort of looking at in terms of NFTs is Midnight Breeze. I see a lot of buying activity, and I'm watching the buyers really closely. The only thing is that I'd like to buy these like NFTs. The gas prices are absolutely ridiculous. I think it's like 180 USD for the gas. So it's a good opportunity to buy one of these, like the ones that have just revealed, because a lot of sellers, people are scared, and there's not many buyers because the gas prices are expensive, and so these sellers get more scared and they sell it for even cheaper. So that's sort of the psychology I'm going for. Of course, with most of these things, they actually just dump hardcore. Like you look at something like this, Rebel. Yeah, you look at something like this. These guys, upon release, did super well. They worked to be around 0.12 ETH with a lot of sales, 5,294. Their volume was mad, and then they just dumped. They dumped to like 0.04 at some point, like yesterday. Now it's at 0.06, but it's below the mint price, and so sometimes mint price isn't the best indicator in terms of trying to figure out the price of the NFT, but not the best indicator. It's not the most reliable indicator. I don't know why this dumped. I think people were just expecting this would just blow up or something. I have no idea. I think people just bought it based on like some other artists buying it, and they're like, yeah, let's ape in. And it could be the same for this, so you never know. So proceed with caution, but I'm sleep deprived as hell, and I'm making bad decisions, so I might end up buying too many of these. Right. Yeah, so mint price is ridiculous. So the gas prices are ridiculous. So I'm just waiting. But if I see a really good deal, I'm just going to take it. I don't care about the gas price. Yeah, if this guy's 0.1, each time it's 0.1, I just accumulate. So if you're looking to sell at 0.11. I'll just scoop it up at 0.1. Let's look at the market now. This is a really interesting one, Theta. So I'm really bullish on Theta because NFTs are really hitting the mark. Facebook is rumored to accept NFTs, and so we saw Meta, deliver the metaverse hype in crypto. We might see Meta delivering the NFT hype again. So Theta is one of the NFT tokens to accumulate. if we get that hype. And so what happened was, this was interesting. It got wrecked though. I saw this massive dump and I was like, wow, this is the best buying opportunity ever. The momentum's finished long. And then I saw it pump and I'm like, oh wow, is this going to be a reversal? And you know, like, should have taken profits, but you know, you make bad decisions when you're super sleep deprived. And then it just shot back down and now it's going down. But that down move is fair because, you know, market's going down. But yeah, it just did a massive like green dildo, and Bitcoin hadn't even recovered yet. And then it started dumping as the other alts recovered on that 1 hour, and then we just dumped again. A few coins that look really weak. Engine, nice short, I think. Of course, I wouldn't short in this market. It's just, you just never know. I wouldn't do anything in this market. I might like tackle some longs with some tight stop losses. I mean, doing some shorts whenever it's green is good as well, with some really tight stop losses at the top of the candle. But yeah, all scalp trading. You know, you're in, you're out. Cardano is just a mess. It's just reversal. It's a mountain. Nia is just doing terrible as well. I mean, they're all doing terrible, but yeah. I mean, originally I had this like a really nice, a really nice pattern, and I was like, wow, it's gonna work out so nicely. And it was following so nicely. And then we broke down, and I thought, okay, cool. Well, it looks like we're retested. We can go up. I didn't long it, but you know, I was just watching it. And the thing is, this doesn't matter what kind of altcoin, how strong they are. Bitcoin dumps, then they're all just going to go down, and then they might do a massive like green dildo if it's fundamentally bullish, and it can be technically bullish. Because once we get that green dildo, it's just invalidation of that dump for that altcoin. So that's what I thought was going to happen with Theta, but we still had more to go. So yeah, that sucks. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to have a crappy weekend. We might get we're going to have to get some like bounce action here and there, but it looks like we're going to have a crappy weekend, and people might just like, you know, find that opportunity to liquidate a bunch of people on the weekend. Yeah, it's just the way it is. Yeah. But yeah, if you got wrecked. If you got wrecked longing this, and it did look like a nice long. I had to admit, it looked like a nice long, and I was really FOMO when this thing started going up. Yeah, I was just like, shit. All the coin, like sushi's going up 10%. This other coin's going 10%. Oh my watch, this coin's going up 10%. It looks like a recovery. I can buy it at the next dip. But you know, you see these two sort of candles react this way, and you're like, fuck that. I mean, look, when these two react this way, this actually looks fine because it's holding onto its short-term moving average on the 1 hour, so it could push up, and so it did push up, but it just rejected straight down. Yeah, like I wasn't. It's just there's too many of these like fake pumps that it's really dangerous to buy any of the greens. And normally we don't really pump during these anyways. Normally we pump after like a massive liquidation wick. Or like when things look super bearish. Like that's what I find. Like, to get out of bearishness, it's when things look most bearish that we are bullish. But yeah, the other thing I observed was once we went down 40,000, obviously people were trying to push for us to go 40,000. There wasn't much of a reaction. Let's look at the 1 minute. Yeah, so once we went down to 40, because you know there were people expecting that stop loss is going to be just below 40, and people were going to get stopped out. But you know, people did try to take advantage of that. Market sell 40,000. And yeah, once we went to like 40,000, we only went to 39,875, and then we just shot back up. So that just tells me there wasn't that many stop losses there. But and like we did hunt for the previous wick, didn't we? The previous wick was 39,639 on Bitcoin futures. So we haven't went down 39. Hang on. 39. Okay, we pretty much went around that, but like we could possibly, like each time Bitcoin is in a downtrend and it's not hitting its previous wick, where there's a bunch of stop losses, like over here, it just tells me that there's room for more downside. And it looks like we haven't hit our previous wick yet, so there is still room for downside. If you were really degen, you could short and stop loss at like 39, like 40,000, you know, at the top of this candle. I mean, it's a nice risk reward, but you never know, that's all. Like, we are quite oversold at the moment. Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna watch the market. If you want, you can watch with me, and I'll just go through my thoughts on what's going on. What's going on here? Obviously, I just do this because I'm bored. Get quite lonely day trading, so, you know, doing a live stream and talking in front of a camera is nice. Yeah, it looks terrible. You know, back then, I'd be retarded. And I'd be like, wow, it looks oversold. Let's go long leverage, long. On like a massive dumb candle. And it's just like the stupidest thing ever. Now I know better. I think, yeah, so terrible. Sometimes you can use altcoins to trade Bitcoin. So you can see with Link, it broke down from its like bull flag trend, if you can call it a bull flag anymore. I mean, that's not bull flag, it's just downtrend. But yeah, it just broke out from its, you know, downtrend line. And yeah, it just needed to do a retest to go down. But yeah, sometimes you can see that if an altcoin looks like it's going to do a big dump, then likely it's going to be supported by Bitcoin. Yeah, I did find that sometimes you can trade altcoins to trade Bitcoin. And sometimes when like a Bitcoin chart looks really choppy, you can use the altcoins to sort of smooth it out, because the altcoins somehow, I don't know like what it is, but somehow the altcoins correspond with the Bitcoin price movement, and they have a needs a pattern sometimes. That's if you're a pattern trader, which is what I do, which is not the most reliable thing. Because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's people try to argue that it is like horoscopes, which, yeah, maybe, but if it works, then it works. Yeah, cool. I'm just gonna log off the stream, I think. Like, what I see right now is we might get some bounce action, just a little bounce action, not much. Normally when we get these sort of legs down, it is pretty much just red, and so yeah, sort of like here, red. Like each time we touch this, it's just red. Actually, no, I'm wrong. It's not each time we touch this, but look, each time we get our massive leg down, each time we get like two red dildos going down, I'll just call it like red dumps. Yeah, each time we get that, it is just a whole leg down. So, and this is our biggest 4 hour as well, so it looks terrible. Yeah, so I'm price target right now is like 36,500, around that area. We'll see what happens. What I imagine happening is that if this sort of plays out the way it looks like, we just go and like we do have to break down this area first, go down, wick, go upwards to like 38, and then we have to fill that area in until something happens. That's what I see happening. So yeah, good luck to everyone. Don't get wrecked. Don't do too much leverage. Maybe just trade some NFTs for the time being. It's more fun, and NFTs are still in the bull market. Like whenever we go down, NFTs just go crazy. So yeah, trade NFTs is more fun. It's stupid, but it's fun. All right, peace out.